unrealized gains, taxing unrealized gains just doesn't seem fair in any sense of the word. In the very best sense, if you are taxing unrealized gains, all you're doing is pulling forward the taxes that would be paid later when someone actually sells the stock.
I think that this reaction to unrealized gains is a little funny, given that I bet that the majority of people watching right now are already paying a tax on unrealized gains. It's called a property tax. When the value of your home goes up,
it's a use tax.
When the value of your home goes up, you pay higher taxes, even if you don't sell your home.
Your value of your home never moves the way a stock moves, the way something else moves.
That's always the go-to answer.
It's also, property tax is a use tax. You're paying for the schools, you're paying for emergency services. Those are things that make absolute sense.
And sure, and all the revenue that comes in from these unrealized gains taxes and the other taxes in the Harris plan are going to go to creating what she calls more opportunity. It's to make sure that every newborn born in this country gets $6,000.
Using the services.
Well, look, you're arguing that this is some sort of foreign concept that's completely unknown in the U.S. tax code.
It's probably unconstitutional. And it was never in anyone's intent to tax.
It's not an income tax,
and it's never going to happen. Probably. Not in, well, I'm not going to say my lifetime.
I wouldn't say that.
Not in Becky's lifetime. Yeah.
Can I finish, Simone? Will you just shut up for a minute and let me finish?
Pardon me, sir. You don't get to tell me to shut up on national television.
And we don't tell people to shut up on this show.
As you can see, the Kamala Harris campaign for president is not a serious campaign. You have reporters at CNBC laughing in their face while they're trying to talk about economic policy. But to make it even worse, there was another embarrassing moment on CNN. Casey Hunt, a terrible person and reporter, is leading a discussion about Tim Walz, just how relatable the guy is, because when talking about home ownership, they talk about gutters. Swoon. The only problem is Tim Walz doesn't even own a home. He owns nothing because he's a schmuck.
In the battle for younger voters, both the Harris and Trump campaigns have turned to social media influencers to try to bring in new voters. Here is the latest instance. This is Democratic vice presidential candidate Tim Walz making an appearance on the popular TikTok show Subway Takes.
What's your take?
My take is the most neglected part of home ownership is the gutters. It's personal for me.
100% agree.
I've had problems with gutters before. You get your basement wet, you get ice dams, causes a lot of problems.
How often do you like looking at gutters?
I look quite often, surprisingly, because I kind of judge it. I try not to be judgmental on people, but when I see a well-tended gutter, it says a lot about somebody, so...
Brad is losing it over here.
Well, first of all, it's so relatable, and it gives me a little bit of PTSD. I remember as a child, my father would make me take a 40-foot ladder and walk up and pull the...
Oh, we didn't even play the part where they get to the ladders.
Right.
Guys, can you pull that up? I'm probably asking too much of the control room, but continue.
But I would have to get the leaves out of our gutters in our home, and we had a sloping backyard, so it was like a 40-foot
So
ladder.
your dad would make you get up on the ladder.
He would make me get up on the ladder.
That's probably smart on his part, frankly.
This is just great. I think about gutters, too.
I make my husband think about the gutters, which is unfortunately gender division of labor in our household,
relatable.
But there you go.
Very relatable.
This, I will say, like, in a seriousness, this is something that they feel like Tim Walz brings to the ticket.